This is Fitzy and Wippa.
I'm Fitzy and that's Wippa.
Hello, podcast listeners. It is Leno here from the Fitzy and Wippa team, and welcome back for 2022. All your favourites are here today. Pun Day Monday, the great topical stories, Fitzy forgetting things, and as well, we're going to chat to some of our loyal listeners. You guys, if you want to get in touch with the show, you can do so by hitting us up on the Instagram DM at Fitzy and Wippa.
Fitzy and Wippa.
Sarah in Jordan Springs. What did you want to say, Sarah?
I just want to say I missed you guys. Welcome back.
Sarah, I missed you like you wouldn't believe.
Really? Like you really missed us that much, Sarah? Or
Yeah, I did.
Tommy, what sort of prize do we have for the first caller in 2022, which is Sarah from Jordan Springs?
Well, she's in the running now because she got on air for cash, car and a star.
Yeah.
That prize sounds amazing.
$50,000. We got a Mazda 3 and your chance to go and see Adele in Las Vegas,
Wow.
Sarah.
Awesome.
Wow.
Tommy, you didn't answer my question. What have we got for Sarah? I mean, you telling me we're starting the year without any merch, mate? Because I told you we needed to come in with a bang.
Sure, I've got a leftover Fitzy and Wippa puzzle.
lazy.
We still have 13 left.
Lazy.
Can you get antigen tests branded, Tom?
That's not bad. Nova.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Spit on Fitzy and Wippa
Well,
and see if you've got COVID.
Stick Fitzy and Whipper up your nose.
Yeah.
Tommy, I don't
I said your
know
nose.
if there's any marketing or promotion companies
Yeah.
out there that are thinking about branding antigen tests. You've got your first clients right here.
Pretty good. And then
There we
if you've got a positive, it's just got one of us going with our thumbs down and the clear with a thumb up. That's genius.
Not bad.
Genius. Sarah, thanks for calling the show. Good to have you tuning in. Let's talk about this, guys, which is bloody scary. And I don't want to shake the world as we move into 2022, but it says here that Australians could be hit with a food shortage at McDonald's and KFC.
Oh, they say this all the time.
Hang on a minute. There's one part in particular which could be dropped off the menu due to this huge shortage. And it's to do with a storm that ripped through Ballarat and Victoria and killed all the potato fields. We could be out of spuds. Spud short.
That is such a load of crap.
Chips gone. Would you not like chips with that? Good, because we don't have any.
Is this like when there was a banana shortage?
There's
and
been a
everyone went
banana
crazy?
shortage.
Yeah, I know, but they're back.
Says,
it's all
have you
good.
seen the fluctuation of prices of bananas? Not to mention blueberries. They're down at $2 at the moment. I was in there yesterday. Grab as many as you can, freeze them. But they go up to $7. These are the sort of issues we have. And next time when you go to McDonald's and they say, you know, you get a McHappy meal and it costs you $30, you go, hang on a minute, that doesn't make sense.
No fries with that.
No, that's because you've had to pay extreme prices for your potatoes.
It's not, mate. You know what?
I'm not loving it at that
when
price.
sales are down at KFC or something like that, they always bring out an article like this that Ingham chickens are running out of chooks.
Totally.
There's not enough chooks in Australia, and it's never the way. See, this is the thing. But I was thinking though, because you know, you look at all the supermarkets.
Yep.
At the moment, and there's all the empty shelves. I wonder if there is an influx of the drive-thrus and stuff with people. Because when you think about it, it is still a cheap night out, McDonald's.
Oh,
and
it's
KFC.
so good.
I mean, that's why people do love it, because it is cheap. It's a cheap feed. I mean, you can feed yourself for $20. You're not getting that at any restaurant these days.
No, it's beautiful. 90 acres of potatoes wiped out. A farmer stood on his veranda and yelled out, "My potatoes are dying."
I mean, that's sad. That's sad for him.
Potatoes will be the new rats, mate. You can't get them. Like there'll be a black market for chips on the street.
Best chip. I mean, we're kicking off with some big ones in 2022. Best chips on the market, and I'm throwing it out there. But KFC's chips are
They're a
unbelievable.
bit soggy, though.
Nah.
Do you know what? I like a thick chip. We had fish and chips the other night, and the thick chips were just a bit hard.
Got ya.
You know, when you need a bit of soften. And I know that people are going to shoot me down here. Like a bit of vinegar on my chip.
Oh, yeah. Where was that
It's
introduced?
the UK. It's very British, isn't it? Vinegar.
Vinegar?
Yeah, you have it on your chips, you have it on your mash, you have it on your potato, what do you call it, peas?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like a fool. I threw a lot of the chips out and I put detergent on them in the bin so I wouldn't go into the bin and keep eating.
Oprah's weight loss tip. chips. Big 7 weeks for you.
I'm back on it.
As
The
you
big
can
unit
see-
is trying to tidy things up again.
It was a good cuddle when you came in.
How dare you?
Great
What
to
a
be back,
cushion.
Sydney, and as you can obviously hear, the great minds have got together over the past 6 weeks and come up with some beauties for content number 1.
Chip off the old block.
Ready to hit the road this summer? It's time to What If It.
Visit whatif.com to plan and book your accommodation, flights, activities, even car hire.
Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. Booking cancellation windows apply.
What if it's Aussie for travel? Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
It's great to kick off the year with a couple of calls from our listeners. Jason and Colby. Jace!
Welcome back, guys.
How are you, Colby?
Oh, no, don't call me Colby.
Sorry, Jace from Colby. Sorry, Cole.
That's a shocker.
Jace, how was your Christmas and New Year's, Jace?
Pretty crap, actually, but anyway.
Oh, no. Did you find love during the break,
No.
Jace?
No.
Jace, we love it when you call this show because you're regular.
I lost my guardian angel probably twice, and I had 2 falls. But
Oh, no. Have you...
What does that mean?
I felt the last one was on a public bus. I fell backwards.
Oh, you fell over.
Was that too
went
many
to get
drinks,
up.
Jace, or what?
No, the driver was a maniac.
Yeah, I know. They can go a bit fast sometimes. Do you always say thanks to the driver as you get off, Jace? You wouldn't have done it
I
with that one.
usually do. I struggled to get off the last one.
And Colby, you fell over again, did you?
Jason.
Oh, my God, Wippa.
Sorry. Jason, you fell over again, did you, buddy?
Yeah, well, the first one was in the house, and the second one was on the bus.
Right. Hey, have you got the disease,
my God.
Jace? Have you...
No,
Which one?
Oh, that's...
fully vaxxed.
I think your body would be quite immune to everything, Jace, by the sounds of it.
I'm fully vaxxed.
Jace, you working
man.
at the moment, mate?
No.
Having another one off.
Well, I tell you what, you're in the running for Nova's cash car and a star, $50,000. We've got a Mazda 3, and we could be sending you and a friend over to see Adele live in Vegas. Who would you take with you, Jace?
Probably my best friend up at Woi Woi.
Who's that, Jace?
Trent from Punchy.
That's 33 years.
What's his name?
Stop.
Her, Melissa.
Oh,
Sorry,
Melissa.
All right.
Now, hey, before you
love
go, we were just
Yeah.
talking about the best takeaway chips.
Hungry Jack's chips. I like.
Didn't have to think twice, did you, Colby?
It's Jason.
Oh, Wippa.
Without a doubt, one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, and we've seen this firsthand, is being an impersonator
Oh, yeah.
on Hollywood Boulevard.
It gets wild. We've
Man.
seen it. We've been there.
So didn't we see Jack Sparrow get into a fight?
Yep. We saw Jack Sparrow. That's right.
Spider-Man copped it, didn't he?
Spider-Man's
he
there.
got rashed.
Darth Vader's there.
Yeah.
Tommy and I were there one time. We looked over and Jesus Christ was eating a hamburger across the road. Remember that?
And smoking a cigarette at
Yeah,
the same time.
He had a big day.
It's on a break.
He knew the cross was coming. He was...
Christ, I needed that, he said as well. It is, you know what, everyone gets excited about Hollywood, but the Hollywood Boulevard is such a dirty place. Like
It's on the corner of Hollywood and Highland. And it's interesting because it's the Chinese theatre.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's right there. So, you know, a lot of the premieres and the big events happen and they block it off when there's a huge movie that's coming out. But as you walk along Hollywood Boulevard and it gets dirtier and dirtier, the stars continue to go, but all of a sudden you don't know their names.
Yeah.
Like there's a star on the path for, I don't know, some guy that did wardrobe 30 years ago on some horror film. Like they're just down there and people are spitting on them. And
You never feel safe. Never feel
cigarette
safe.
butts.
Someone's had a go at Michael Jackson.
You're kidding me.
Now, this guy can dance and looks like Michael. I must admit, he's very, very good.
It's not Jason Jackson, is
So
it?
we're about to show you the video now. So this is... It's funny.
That
because
mask.
the guy uses Michael Jackson moves to get the other guy down.
Yeah, he does.
Jeez. But what's interesting is that a Michael Jackson mask or has he got
Yeah.
makeup on?
No, it's a mask because look, the neck is hanging
Because
loose.
he's got him in a half Nelson. He wouldn't
With
even be
his
able to see out of
thighs.
that. I mean, look at him. He's going to choke him out.
I mean, if that was the real Michael, his nose would have been off by now.
I mean, you've been hit by a smooth criminal. He's going to choke the bloke out.
He does.
The other guy's frothing at the mouth.
Yeah.
Do we know what he was after? Just an autograph or a...
Look at Michael.
Do you know what? Wouldn't surprise me if the impersonators you do see on Hollywood Boulevard are now trained in martial arts because so many people have a crack at them. And don't think you can go up and get a photo without slipping them a tip.
I tell you what.
Oh,
if
like a
that
monetary tip.
If someone ever had a go at Jason Jackson, our good friend here, I tell you what, I would be jumping in straight away to defend him.
I mean, this guy's got up off the pavement now. He still wants to have a crack.
He's wearing a can't fix stupid t-shirt.
And his fists of fury are
Yeah,
up.
and Michael Jackson's now back on the boulevard and he's moonwalking out of the scene.
Oh, well done, Michael. Well done. We got
we're into it.
Blitz. All right, it's Keyring Blitz. If you've always wanted a keyring, get involved 13 24 10. But we've had a phone call already from Patrick in Jordan Springs. What did you want to say, Pat?
Hey, man, I just wanted to say welcome back to the boys. It's good to have you guys back.
Paddy, we've missed you, mate. You had a good break?
Yeah, I've been at work since last 2 weeks. I've been working on the COVID side.
Oh, so what do you mean, Patrick?
I do the trafficking shop on one of the COVID sites out here out west.
Oh, right, okay, for the drive-through. Good on you, buddy.
And what do we?
For the drive-through.
We get you through the morning, Pat, do we?
Yeah.
Oh, well done. I feel like you're trying to ring in for a cash car and a star, but that's okay. You
Hey,
got
well, you're
through,
through, Pat.
Patrick. You're in the running.
Oh, awesome.
You haven't had the Ronnie Roney yourself, have you, Pat?
Yeah, pretty much, mate.
Oh, pretty much. Or that's, I'm not hanging around
Hey,
you
we're-
if you've
we're-
pretty much had it.
Oh, we're all getting those vague test results, aren't we? Only when they suit, you might say.
Hey, Patrick, we're going to the pub this Saturday. You coming along? You don't have COVID, do you? Oh,
Yeah,
pretty
pretty
much.
You can only catch it once, can't you?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what they say, Pat. And MDG, I mean, he faked his test result this morning. You there, MDG? You're in the lounge
Why
room
would
at
I
home?
possibly fake my result?
Because
What do
Cronulla's
I
too
get
far
out?
to come in, mate, and you couldn't be bothered. He'll start in a week's time, MDG thought.
I still would love to bring back the rat if I can.
Mm-hmm.
Early in the morning and it's Monday. Time for fun with some wordplay. On Monday.
Yeah.
On Monday.
Yeah.
On Monday.
Monday, mate's return for 2022. This story I've got here, guys.
This is a beauty.
Wow, a bit sad because I know MDG has got COVID at the moment.
Such a
Sorry.
basic
And
link,
I
mate.
assume that this is true. We won't get you to stand up in front of the camera at home, but a man has claimed that he was hospitalised with COVID, and since then, his penis has shrunk. Yeah. He said, before I got sick, I was above average. Not huge, but above average. Now I've lost about an inch. And a half. Sorry, and a half.
I must have had
That's
COVID
decent.
7 times. Then.
My God, you were the first to get COVID when you attempted to grow back in 1985.
I mean, there's the anti-vaxxers tried. I mean, this was an argument that was thrown out numerous times by anti-vaxxers that if you get the vaccine, that also you might lose some of the measurements.
Well, I mean, on the other side, they were saying that women can have breasts enlargement,
Yeah,
weren't they?
I think that was from from the vaccine that
Yep.
they said your boobs got bigger.
That's not a bad ploy because I reckon there would be a lot of women out there that would go, sweet,
I don't know if it stayed that way
Can I
though.
get 10 shots of that, please? Anything for breast reduction in men? Got that on offer from any of your vaccines?
So if this guy has lost some length,
Inch and a half.
we are looking for movies with any kind of pun in them. Right, 13 24 10. Remember, anyone who gets on the show, Nova's cash car and a star, you go into the running as well. Who wants to kick it off?
Should I kick it off?
2022?
All right.
Oh, you're a dog.
Great film, Small Shaft Redemption.
And it would be reduction, wouldn't it? Not redemption.
Oh, Sarah! Don't trick me when I've just done
I
it.
didn't trick you. I've corrected you.
Sarah's claiming that one.
I'm going to go with
Shaft
the
reduction.
80s kids movie, Honey, I Shrunk the Goods.
Oh, yes.
What was his name? Moranis?
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
Great work, says.
I'm going to go Ashton Kutcher. Dude, where's my pecker?
That's good. That's really good. All right, Tommy, what have you got?
The Kate Winslet classic, Tiny Tannic.
Well done, Tommy. Great work.
MDG, bring it on.
Here it is.
Marilyn Monroe in the wedding classic, the 7-inch itch, not the 7-year itch.
Wow. Marilyn Monroe.
And when
Not
7
familiar with
inches
her.
your reduction, boys, you're going okay.
Pew, 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 pew.
Does not say
COVID is having a horrible effect on you. He's done a double guns. Oh my God. COVID. I mean, it can affect your sense of smell, your sense of taste, and your sense of humour. Because it's got your Gruner
Maddie.
beauty. This man claims he got COVID, and MDD has just proven it during the song. That was graphic, but thanks anyway. He's claimed that when he got COVID, he went into hospital. All of a sudden, his penis had shrunk an inch and a half.
Yeah.
That's a huge drop.
They're not proven.
That's a huge drop in
But
size.
we're asking, you've got to put that story into a movie.
Yeah,
Your
what's
best
the story?
pun. Benny and Cranebrook, here's your drum roll.
Shaving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan.
Pretty good.
Which, Ben, is an actual movie.
Shaving.
Apparently. Someone told
is
me
it?
that there is an... No, yeah.
No, it's Shaving Ryan's Private.
That's
You were actually the star, weren't you? Starring Ryan Fitzgerald. Thanks, Benny.
Nicole in Engadine. What's your pun?
Well, we all know the Korean classic Unsung Heroes. What about Unhung Heroes?
Oh, yes, Nicole.
Nicole, you're winning
Well
at
done.
this stage. That is really good gear from you.
All right, Kath in North Ryde. Here's your drum roll, Kath.
Thank you. The Almost Full Monty.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Almost full
We've
Monty.
had
That is...
worse.
Oh, mate, bit of a stinker.
That is
But
good.
Kath, I mean, your timing was right out as well.
You're in the running,
Oh,
Kath.
sorry.
Sorry, love. Callum in Narrabeen. Here's your drum roll, Callum.
Dominic Toretto with The Small and the Furious.
The Small and the Furious. Callum?
It's
thanks.
a big franchise.
I mean, it's not the size of the fight in the dog, is it?
George in Holsworthy. What's your pun, George?
Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey classic. How to Lose an Inch in 10 days.
All you got to do is get COVID, Georgie.
Very, very good.
Says you make this decision here. There's a couple of strong ones.
George and Ben were good, but I like Nicole, Unhung Hero.
Yeah, well done. You've won the Angry Inch competition for this morning. We are back, or most of the team anyway. Captain Positive over here is at home, MDG. The Rona has tracked him down.
Well, and little Charlie, your little fella's got it as well. Is he okay, MDG?
Mate, he was the first one to get it, and I got to tell you, as a dad, you guys would know this, or any parent, when your kid gets it, especially when they're under 2, you really feel
rattled.
like you've let your kid down in some way.
Well,
So
you
do you
should, there's no way you should have taken him on that party boat out in the harbour for that Christmas party.
Yeah, Wild Boys
We
afloat.
said to you not to do that with 500 other people. We said it's
Well,
just
you
not
can't
the right
Kentucky.
environment.
You can't Kentucky, and they were doing the harbour cruise, and I thought, well, what a way to start. Sarah said it's a go.
He's turned up with Charlie again. Unbelievable.
What?
Let's get on to this guy who's working from home. He's in. How's this? This bloke makes $90,000 a year, and he works for a law firm. And his job is to scour the internet and find information and details on the people that are involved in the cases. So he said this wasn't an 8-hour day job, but this was like longer. He'd be doing 10, 12 hours trying to collate all the evidence it required on these individuals that they were doing research on and representing in this law firm. So he said, I got sick and tired of it, so I decided to write some code and write my own program so it would do it itself. So he created this computer program that would do what he was manually doing by Googling information on individuals and companies. So he said, my job now, and still receives $90,000 a year.
Awesome.
He said, I get up in the morning and then I clock on every day. I set up the program, make sure it's running. I play video games all day. All day, and then when I'm clocking off, I check that the system has worked, and then I send the information through.
Amazing.
Would he have to check in every now and then with a Zoom meeting or something like that just to
occasionally
say
I would think.
hello?
Yeah, he said for a while I felt guilty, and then I thought I was ripping off the law firm, but eventually I just convinced myself that no, I've created a smarter way to do my job, so why
Yeah.
shouldn't I enjoy the perks?
Productive. I mean, sitting in
Very
front
productive.
So he's decided to get off the front of his computer all day and work and stay in front of another computer and play video games all day.
Oh, mate, with the Nintendo Switch, that was part of my Christmas. My God, I've been Mario Karting my bum off.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah, all over it.
Mate, I went into JB Hi-Fi the other day. Did you see some of the setups that the people have at home now? They buy the actual proper car seats.
Yes.
Yeah, and you actually can set up like...
Racing station.
It's ridiculous, the systems that they have at home now.
Your mates have been ripping off the system, haven't they, Leno?
Yeah, at
Saying
my
that
house.
What happened there?
So during the holidays, the cricket was on, and I said, come round. I've got a full esky, and they're like, we've got to work. And I said, if you're working from home, just work from my home. And so the system was that one had to move a mouse every so often so they looked online, and the other one just had to have a PowerPoint presentation up. So we took turns. If it was your turn to get up and get a beer, you'd get up, move the mouse, change the slide, grab the beers, come back to the couch.
Hey, mate, move the mouse. And while you're up...
How's it?
Oh, my God, that's awesome.
Carly's giving us a call from Ingleburn. How does your brother cheat? Tell us about your bro.
Well, he's quite a clever little cracker. He pops his mouse on top of a watch, and so the seconds hand was constantly keeping the program active. And if that failed, he'd have a textbook on his space bar of his computer, and that also kept the program active. So
I just lean it on the space bar.
Solid work. Like, he didn't even have breaks.
See, this is
clever.
This is great, and I love how you can get around technology. Because when we were at footy with footy, that we would go away on a Christmas break, and they would say that was when those new heart rate monitors came out on your wrist, and what it would do, you'd have to put in your workout that you were doing for the next 2 weeks.
Right.
And if it didn't show your heart rate going up and down for the next 2 weeks, you got into trouble and you had to do extra. So then we worked out that you can chuck it on your dog, put your heart rate monitor on your dog, and just throw on the ball for half an hour. I was getting the heart rate right up.
My God,
there.
he's never been fitter.
The thing was, though, my dog's heart rate was about 250. They thought I was about to die. I said, I was just working extra hard.
It was 3 a.m. He thought someone was breaking into the house. Did you see the footage of the guy the other day? And he was on a Zoom call, but he was riding his bike. Have you seen that? And I think he crashed his bike, and that was the moment he got caught. But he's riding his bike with a green screen behind him. So he's literally got a panel set up behind him on his bike so he can be in a Zoom meeting. They all think he's in the office because the green screen shows the office. And there he is pedaling down the street till he got swooped by a bird or he crashed. And the whole thing came tumbling down.
It's good to see Dave's wearing his helmet to the meeting again today.
Good to see Pandemic Pete come into the studio before with the Nova face mask on. I haven't seen that new merch.
Well, he had a face shield on.
Yeah,
I want a shield,
he
Tom.
did.
Can we get shield?
He had a face mask and a shield over the top.
Yeah, we can do shields for you guys.
My God.
Would you wear them?
Nope.
Well, do you know what was big in our house over the Christmas holidays was Nerf guns. The boys got high-powered Nerf guns.
How much fun is that?
So a face shield, I mean, obviously helps with COVID, but also without getting bruised on your face.
Well, the kids also got for Christmas, they got those masks and snorkels, but they're just in the one piece. So it's like a face covering with a funnel up the top.
And they're cheap.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They're really good.
And they like a COVID-safe pool activity or down at the beach. You just wear them the entire day. I mean, you see those people too that don't cover the nose. There was a sign the other day that said mask required for entry. For God's sake, cover your nose, because not covering your nose is like putting a condom on your balls.
I mean, it's, I guess, true.
I mean, was that in the spare room of your house, or where was that?
Make sure you cover your nose with your mask. I don't mind the mask. I mean, you guys know I get a bit of a shaving rash on the chin every now and then. I get a bit red. So that covers that. It also covers the multiple chins that I have. If I get a longer mask that comes down to sort of the bottom of my neck there, it could be really handy, like a shield.
So are they saying that the cloth masks aren't as effective as the others?
Well, you know what?
I stopped reading all
I find
that.
the cloth mask hard to breathe under. The standard medical ones, right? The blue and the white one. Great, perfect. All you need. This study here, though, which I think is fantastic.
Just quickly, I love Tommy's leather mask, which I think stops all disease.
Can you breathe when the zip's done up?
The zip is the biggest issue with that. Not Omicron, it's the zip.
What about the billiard ball, Tom? Does that stop anything?
It took 90 minutes to make a joke.
You have to
about
wash it.
Tom.
Yeah, no, I sanitised the billiard ball in my mouth.
Oh,
yuck. That fishnet fishnet vest is not stopping anything, I tell you. I want you badly.
Oh, my God. It's killed your dress sense, Tom.
It's incredibly humid.
It goes on to say, the good news is the study finds face masks make you look more attractive than without the face mask.
Give me a break.
I kind of get this, because you want to know what's underneath. It's almost like a woman in lingerie is sexier than a nude woman.
Yeah.
I agree with
Because
that.
you want to know what's going on. You want to know more. You're teased by the idea and your mind runs. Once everything's exposed, there's no place to run to. There's no searches to do because you can see it and it's there.
And don't you think people with sunglasses on, so something covering that part of your face,
Yes.
they then take them off and you go, ooh,
Well, that's
this would be the
It's
same.
exactly right, Seb.
Yeah.
My mate fell in love with a girl that he saw at the races. She had sunglasses on, finally got talking. She took them off and she had a wonky donkey. She had a wonky eye. And it killed it for him. But with the sunglasses
For
on,
him, don't worry about her. I mean, she's travelling through her day
for
fine.
sunglasses on, she was a
Walking
10
into
out of
things.
10.
I think before the internet as well, that's what the most popular, probably not finding your dad's stash of magazines with nude women in it. I think the David Jones catalogue or something like that was bigger for a teenager.
You mean bras and things?
or bras and
I mean, I wouldn't know, but asking from mate. He says
I was
the
going to say Harris scarves, but I don't think we have it here, do we?
No, we don't. We've got Harris Farm, and their ripened tomatoes are just as sexy.
Sue in Miranda, where are you now?
In Miranda. Hi,
No way.
welcome back.
Hey, Sue.
Crazy cat.
Oh, Sue, so good to hear your voice, love. Have you been missing us?
Bloody ho. That's so good to have you back.
Are you back to work already, Sue?
Yeah, I am actually, yeah.
What do you do with yourself, Sue?
I'm a dog walker.
Oh, how many leads will you hold in one walking session, Sue?
Oh, maybe 3 at the most. That's enough for me.
Sue, have you ever had to break up a dog fight? I mean, I've always wanted to know what's the best... If a dog goes my dog, what do I do, Sue?
Well, I've got a dog of my own that has been attacked by another dog off leash. So my husband was with me, luckily, and he actually kicked the dog off.
Right.
supposed to kick.
Someone said that you put your finger up their bum, Sue.
What?
Is that something that you
Well,
could...
you could do that if you like.
Give it a go. The old brown finger. Good on you, Sue.
Yeah, go for it, buddy.
Well done.
God.
So you're in the running for Nova's cash car and a star, 50 grand, a Mazda 3 and a trip for 2 to see Adele live in Vegas. Let's talk about the Australian Open. It kicks off today because I don't think really anyone's been talking about it.
Hasn't had any headlines, has it? So Djokovic has left the country.
Yes.
He's gone. He's flown out. See you later.
I think he had 48 appeals, and the last appeal he has been sent home. There's a photo of him. He's at the Harbour Lounge because I was thinking, where
the
does
Harbour Lounge.
It must be Etihad. That's who he flew out.
Right, yeah.
So that's at the Melbourne airport there. A lot of people around because I would say the Qantas Lounge wouldn't let him in.
No.
You got to be vaccinated.
Well, he's not flying
do
Qantas
you?
either.
Yeah.
Well, you got to be vaccinated to get in there.
Oh, you do, don't you?
See, this is the thing. I mean, everyone has their own thoughts. I think a majority of the country have said if you're not vaccinated and you want to lie on your incoming passenger card, well, then
See you later.
unfortunately you got to pay the price, and he's gone. But you know what? It's a big dent for the Australian Open because he's the number one player in the world.
Who's number 2?
And you want him there. Who is number 2 at the
Well,
moment?
it's got to be
Well, no, they've got...
the Spaniard.
Rafael Nadal.
No,
Yeah,
no,
Nadal.
Nadal's not number 2. Medvedev, yes, who won the last Grand Slam. So,
I mean, they're happy Djokovic is gone.
well, this is the
They're
thing.
wrapped.
This is the thing. Do you know what I was
They
thinking?
flew
though?
him out.
I mean, we've had him here, and obviously a lot of people were protesting and stuff like that. I was thinking, could it be an idea that you have a separate tournament and call it the Australian Not Open?
Okay, sure.
And I mean, Djokovic is your number 1 seed.
Yeah, but is he just hitting a ball against a brick wall?
It's just him.
The only reason I brought this up is I was watching a current affair the other night, and Bernard Tomic. I mean, Bernard
Oh, yeah.
Tomic
Oh,
said
yeah.
this on a current affair.
I stay away from Australia because, it can be a little bit sometimes, not the best way, the privacy and stuff. So, I've learned being away is the best.
What are you talking about?
He's from Australia.
Yeah, isn't he Aussie?
He doesn't come to Australia. He wants to stay away from Australia, so he could be in the Australia Not Open.
Right, okay,
So he
sure.
also, on that same interview, he did say this at the end of the interview.
I want to do this for myself, not for you, not for me.
Okay.
Okay.
He's good, isn't he? Good to see him have the new girlfriend courtside giving her a kiss as well during training.
I want to do this for myself, not for you and not for me.
Okay, well, hang on.
You know the other thing as well I found out about Bernie Tomic? While I'm here, I need to say
This is the new following for Fitzy.
Do you know the other?
Tomic.
I was following it on Instagram because he said, I'm not partying anymore. I'm vegan now. I'm going to get my tennis career back on track.
Okay.
So I followed him. He had a wild card to get into the Australian Open and he lost 6-4, 6-1.
But he was ready.
Now, in that match, he was saying to the ref, I have COVID. you know what? If I don't have COVID, if I have a test and I don't have COVID, you can buy me dinner or I'll buy you dinner. Whoever wins, and this is what he was complaining about. Said that he had symptoms. I found out that night after he lost his match, Sarah, he went out to Melbourne's Electric Bar and was seen knocking back shots at the bar and was showing PDAs with his new girlfriend.
Devastated.
He was there till 2 a.m.
He was so upset he lost.
Next day finds out he's positive. He went out that night.
Did you see Fitz on his Instagram just before he lost 6 Love or whatever it was, that there's that footage of him hitting balls and he's going, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm coming at you. I'm about to go bang. Get ready for 6 Love. You've lost.
So the thing is, though, he never had a coach. He was just hitting the ball with his sister in the backyard.
If you wouldn't mind.
Okay, here's another 2 that I reckon could compete in the Australia Not Open tournament. You've got to try to guess who these 2 are.
I'm truly sorry that Pistol and Boo were not declared.
Oh, yes.
Declare everything when you went to Australia.
Amber Turd.
Could we have Amber Heard and Johnny Depp in the Australia Not Open?
Yep, welcome, guys. Grab a seat.
Another guy, which I didn't know this, but I didn't know that this guy was denied entry to Australia before.
Claire Fizzle, it's your nephew,
yeah,
Snoopy
Snoop.
Deagle Double Jizzle. I love you, brother, batch of cookies.
Snoop
He
Dogg.
was denied entry, wasn't he?
That was Hadley.
He
That
was-
to him.
Really?
Yeah, he called the immigration minister and got him banned.
He was scheduled to host the 2007 MTV Australian Music Awards. The other one as well, could Peter Dutton be? He's the one that kicks everyone out of Australia. Could we have him in the Australia Not Open? Because his head looks like a tennis ball. Could we?
It does, yeah. I mean, he could be on the logo. He could have a slogan.
Just the last one as well, because I was doing a bit of research on this. I didn't know, but Brad Pitt has been banned from China because he did the movie 7 Years in Tibet.
Did that get him banned?
Yeah, the film's pro-Tibet independence drew the ire of China and they banned him coming into the country.
Can we throw one more in on the list that you've left off, Fitz? And this was an awkward one. Are we allowed to talk about this, Tom?
Oh, well, you're going to. Even
Well,
if I say
a while
no.
ago, he was the star on the show, but Vanilla Ice rapped on our show.
Right.
No, you weren't supposed to talk.
When we're not, anyway, there was a big wad of cash for him to come on for wrap up of the week, and we'd coughed up the money. He got to
First class ticket,
first
remember?
class ticket. Yeah, him and his crew. He got to the airport. They ran a quick check on him, and there was an issue with firearms. So his pay packet got sliced in half, and he had to wrap down the line, Tommy.
And we'd already paid him the money.
And remember,
Yeah.
we
he
had to
couldn't rap.
leave the room. He couldn't rap.
He couldn't rap.
He kept stuffing it up.
Well, no, he
was
could
terrible.
rap. He just took a few guys.
Yeah,
He's on the list, mate. Australia not open for
So
Vanilla
the
Ice.
Australian Open kicks off today. The Australian Not Open in a couple of weeks.
Hot and sticky, you're describing my wife because she's had corona, mate, and the temperatures have been through the roof. Headache, the nausea. She has been bedridden.
Poor Lise. How did she find it? I mean, other than a test, why'd she go and
She
get
knew
tested?
the minute she had it.
Really?
Just symptoms, yeah. She was just knocked over. So she was...
Did she go to a different part of the house, or what did you do?
Yeah, pretty much. As much as you can, mate. Do you know what I mean? You've got 3 kids running around at home, and she tried to sort of isolate upstairs and keep her distance.
Anyone else? No one else got it?
No one else has got it.
That's amazing.
And the
So
weird-
she's finished now, isn't she?
Yeah. She's out and about now. She's fine. But the weird thing was, without going into too much detail, the night before we found out she had it, her and I were spending some time together. And I don't know how I haven't caught it.
Well, because when you're lying on the couch snoring, it's
That's not the time we were spending together, Sarah. It was far more exciting, and it involved a saliva swab.
Yeah, and I think you need to be with someone with a few more than a couple of minutes, I think.
It was a solid
A few
30.
minutes, that's generous.
The close contact rules, isn't it?
It was for over 4 hours.
Have doctors explained why this can happen? That in a
Yes.
relationship where you are intimate, even that one person gets it, the other doesn't.
Talking to a doctor the other day, he said you might not be bulletproof. You may have already had it and you just didn't know. Because that could be the case as well. I think there's a little bit of that going on. I mean,
can
we
you
brought it
find
back
out?
to Australia.
Yes,
Sarah.
we did.
2020, we flew home and we were as
lol.
crook as a dog
Yeah,
from the States.
Probably not the time to go to a doctor, but can you find out with antibodies if you've
You
had
must
it
be able
before?
to. Must be able
Yeah,
to.
I don't think they encourage that, but surely they have to. I would love to know.
What about last year, Sarah, when you and I sort of mid through the year when we were both really struggling, and then I said to you, "Have you been tested?" And you said, "Get stuffed. I'm not doing that."
Can we talk about the fact that you get sick and then I always get sick, but on this occasion your wife's had coronavirus. You haven't thought to give me the heads up as we sit together for another 3 hours a day?
No, I thought I'd wait till I bring it up here.
Great.
I think what we need to do, though, if I can just have a moment, I think we need to consider the carers, these frontline workers like myself, the carers that have had to pick up the slack.
What the
at
carers?
home.
What? How many
So,
do you have
hang on.
that you pay at your
Well,
house?
they can't come into the house because
so
there's corona.
How hard has that been for you,
Thank
mate?
you for asking with sincerity, because to pick up Lisa's half of the duties has been an absolute slog. She's been away in her bedroom. She's gone. She's down and out. I've had the 3 kids by myself, and we need to think about these people who have fought to keep the family alive, fought to keep the family safe. We need to back them in and say, "Hey, I'm sorry you went down."
Why
but
why
here,
Oz Aerobics come into the studio?
the person here that's actually been what I would describe as a hero. I'm not looking for an award or a medal or anything like that, but I tell you what, I worked pretty bloody hard.
I'm being a hero. Yeah, doing everything around the house. Making beds, washing sheets, keep the kids off the streets, cook and clean. I'm the ultimate spouse. Husband, dad, and hero. Yeah, he takes the bins out on a Wednesday night. Bath the kids, brush their teeth. We've got books need to read. I could breastfeed, but it doesn't feel right. Just call me Robert De Niro. Yeah, my wife's coughing, but it doesn't mean I'm stopping. I've got nappies to change, clothes to rearrange, and the only me time is when I'm taking a shower. I'm the hero.
Well, we're and to everybody else out there that's had someone at home with COVID. They're the real heroes of this situation.
He's had 6 weeks to put a song together, and that's it. We'll be buggered next week. You won't get another one for the rest of the year. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this story, and it's freaking me out a little bit because just before Christmas, I've had a laptop for the last 6 years, and it's starting to slow down. So I thought I'll get the new MacBook, right?
Awesome.
So I ordered it, waited a while to get it, and I got it at home. And it's when you get the Apple with their packaging, and you're looking at it, it's like there's a glow to it.
Sexy.
You
So
open
exciting.
it up, you're using it, you're looking at websites you've never looked at before, and saying this is amazing.
It's really changed you.
So the thing was, we were just about to go on holidays for Christmas for a couple of weeks. So I thought to myself, we got an alarm on our place and all this kind of stuff, but there was a moment where I'm not going to take it with me away. I'll hide it, and I'm going to find the best hiding spot just in case someone gets into the house. Look, I'm more than happy they can take the telly or whatever, but they're not taking my new laptop.
MacBook Pro, yeah.
So I remember, this is what I remember. I remember finding the best spot to hide my laptop.
Awesome.
Right? And then we went away for a couple of weeks, and I relaxed, and I had a good time, came back home and thought, we've got a week to go before I go back to work. I can really get ready for work and get stuck into it.
Yeah.
Where did I leave my new laptop?
Okay.
So that was
Seriously?
that was 2 weeks, right? And then BJ's going, retrace your steps.
Doesn't make
retrace
sense.
your steps.
Yeah.
It's going, well, it was 2 weeks ago. All I can remember, honey, is it was the best hiding spot ever.
Wow.
And I'm standing in my bedroom looking around going, is there anything that's just really is there a light globe going off of anywhere that I'm looking at the moment?
You know when people say, just think about the last time you had it. And you go, yeah, but that's when I would have been hiding it. That doesn't help.
It doesn't
help at all.
No, you're supposed to not think of anything. So I lost my car keys for about 8 weeks. Car key, house key was like awesome.
Yeah.
Had to race the spare up to get the battery changed. It turns out one of the kids had hidden it in a measuring jug in the cupboard, and we found it when we moved house a few weeks ago.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, awesome. 2.5-year-olds are the best. But they say just stop, think, because I looked everywhere.
How did you find that, Sarah?
Well, I don't cook, but my mother-in-law was staying over Christmas and she pulled the jug out to use it and said, these look like your keys. Why would they be in there?
Wow.
I was like, yeah.
This is what I'm asking.
Yeah, don't think about it.
How long have you misplaced something for? Because yours is 8 weeks, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was 2 days. Took me 2 days.
Where was it?
Mate, it was under.
Oh, don't give away your best ever hiding spot. We all
Do give
know
it
where
away
you
because
live.
you're never going to use it again.
No, I've got a seat that I use to do my work on in our room, and not many people know, but the seat that you actually sit on, you can actually lift that up, and it was
No
underneath.
one knows.
It was underneath the seat.
Right, had you been sitting in that chair?
Think of it.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you know
I'm
what
going,
says?
you know what, someone will sit on that seat, but they won't know that the laptop's underneath.
They won't even know. Secret compartment. Do you remember, Says, you said to me the other day, oh, your sunnies were in that esky bag, because I'd lost my sunglasses, and I'd lost them for so long, and then for some reason you knew that they were there, and I went and found them after probably 6 months.
Amazing.
I'd been looking everywhere, had no idea.
First day back, you always got to. You struggle on air a little bit as well. My memory is going at the moment. I mean, we play a memory game with the kids at breakfast time. It's called Spot It, and basically you put down a card and you've got to try to match a card that you have, and it's all about memory and all this kind of stuff. I'm getting absolutely spanked by the kids already with that one. The other one is I brought a new laptop before the end of the year last year. We went away on holidays, so I thought I'd hide it. Found the best hiding spot for the laptop. Went away for 2 weeks, came back home, had no idea where the laptop was.
Turned up this morning, ready to go on air, couldn't find the lead to his headphones.
2 days it took me to find this laptop.
Wow.
Sarah misplaced her keys for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
How long did you misplace something? Nick in Concord, what happened, Nick?
Hey, Fitzy, how's it going, mate? I did the same thing as you, but with a hard drive about 6 years ago. And the funny thing is, I've never lost anything, so I know it's in a place that's that good to be found that I can't find it.
Right.
So you still haven't found it, Nick?
I still haven't found it. I know I assure myself that it's not lost.
Yeah.
And it's got about 4 years' worth of fishing photos from far north Queensland, so it's priceless.
Nick.
And I just can't accept the fact that it's gone. So I've got my mum looking constantly for me. I have dreams occasionally where it's in the bookshelf. I know it's in the bookshelf. Then I text Mum, hey, can you have a look in the bookshelf for me? And still no good.
Nick, you know that feeling, though, when you know you haven't lost it, you just don't know where it is? Like, there's
It has to be
It's
here.
been for 6 years, Wippa. I don't think you understand.
Okay, Nick's getting angry. He wants to see those fishing pics.
6 years!
Tight lines, Nicholas.
All right, Lisa in Dover Heights, tell us about your sister.
Hi. Yes, well, my sister had a funny one. You know, back in the day where people had house phones.
House phones,
a portable house phone. And her son had hid it in a zip in the couch, in the back of the pillow. And they would call the phone and hear it ringing, but couldn't locate it. And eventually the battery of the phone died. So they never actually found it. And 6 years later, when they moved and they were selling the couch, they found the phone.
Oh, how annoying.
For the couch.
Would have been a collector's item.
6
Yeah,
years.
so it was her 4-year-old that had hidden it.
6 years. You would forget about it by then.
And
All right.
how are you going with Corona, Lisa? Everything all right there?
Well, I've just been informed that my daughter was in a car with a positive case yesterday.
Oh, no.
Amazing to dodge it until now, but we'll see how we go.
Sounds like you've got it.
Oh,
All
I
right.
don't know what's more scary, your daughter being in a car with another guy with COVID or you having it yourself. Susie in Turramurra, where did you misplace something?
Strangely, I've been married 25 years and I got given a rose gold bracelet to wear on my wedding day.
Yeah.
And as a present from my to-be mother-in-law, she bought me this plant. I potted it and got married, wore the bracelet on the wedding day, so I knew I had it on my hand. And about 3 to 6 years later, can't remember, it's been a long time, I repotted the plant and guess where my bracelet was?
It was in
You're kidding me. It was in the pot. It must have fallen off in the soil when I repotted it.
Isn't that amazing, Suze? And is it all right? You're wearing it again?
Yeah, I got it all cleaned up and I'm super happy and the marriage is still lasting.
Wow.
That's great.
Can't believe the marriage is still together, Suze.
No bracelet tree, Suze. You didn't grow any more,
Would have
no.
been nice.
Oh, I wish.
Oh, good on you, Suze. She's
Well
a
done.
treat.
The Fitzy and Wippa Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.